By the time that Ryoma and I had arrived to my house on Edo's outskirts, it was dusk. Wow. 4 years of desertion turned the house into a shadow of its former splendor. The lawn was conquered by unsightly weeds, making the trek to the entrance something of a foot slog. I apologize for the unkemptness, but please come inside.
Oh, arigato.
As we stepped inside, parchment sheets rustled below our feet. The interior had been violently trashed.
ずいぶん散らかっちゅうにゃ。物取りの仕業かい。
I'm not sure.
もしかしたら新選組の奴らが羅刹の資料を探すためにここに来たがかもしれんにゃ。
As of now, it was our closest thing to an explanation. Tables, documents, and shelves were littered across the tatami mat, causing my heart to sink in my chest. It was abundantly clear that the house's most recent visitors hadn't been searching for valuables so much as what remained of my father's research documents.
もう遅いき。片付けは明日にするかい。俺のことこき使うてかまんき。こう見えても女の尻に敷かれる側は嫌いやないがよ。
What was that, Ryoma? I think we found the other Owuga moment. Holy shit. Just come out and say that, right? Ah, Ryoma. His words lifted my spirits even just a little. That's right. I couldn't forever resign myself to a gloomy state. Oh, right. Yes. I get it. You must be hungry. Since we won't be able to use the furnace until it's cleaned, should we head back to town to eat? I turned to look over my shoulder when... Hello, round 2. Ryoma? I had seen this before. It must be... Are you going through bloodlust? You want blood, don't you?
いや、平気やき。こればやったら、俺一人でなんとか。
No, you can't. In spite of Ryoma's insistence that he could survive the agony without my assistance. His body told me otherwise, as both of his eyes and hair changed color in seconds. What should I do? Well, say it with me. Again, what do we do in this situation? We give him blood. Ryoma, you have to drink blood.
いらんちや。おまんに血を流させるほど苦しいわけやないき。
Hundreds of sweat beads rolled down his forehead as he barked at me in desperation, but... Watching Ryoma grind his teeth ferociously led me to believe he was merely feigning toughness. I clasped my kodachi's hilt, listening to it hiss as I yanked it out and pressed its edge to my neck. I bit my lip as the incision had made preceded a faint sting, and out oozed a warm trickle of blood. Please, I'm fine. Apprehension formed wrinkles on Ryoma's sweaty face, but eventually... He ran his supple lips along my shoulders. Soon they made their way to where I had made the incision, his tongue flicking at it gently. A sharp pressure pinch where Ryoma began to drink, and I fought hard to refrain from crying out.
どうせやったら怪我しちゃあせん時にこうしたかったがやけんと。
Was this another attempt at levity? Or was it something else entirely? Eventually, Ryoma's breathing seemed to calm, and the cut I'd made slowly sealed itself. He shivered and moaned in my arms, and once his breathing had stabilized, I arranged our futons for us to sleep. However, my mind was restless, and falling into slumber proved itself to be an arduous task. The gap between this bout of bloodlust and Ryoma's previous one was terribly short, leading me to assume the worst. Had his body deteriorated beyond the point of no return from the water of life's poison? Will Ryoma really make it through this? Several days had passed. I had completed tidying up the house, hoping to rid the house of the dust that covered every surface.
先輩、雪村先輩いらっしゃいますか?
Soma? Is that you? Hold on, I'll be right out. To my surprise, I found Soma and Nomura standing outside of my home, and I welcomed them inside.
突然押しかけてしまってすみません。先輩にどうしてもお伝えしなくてはならないことがあって。
What is it? Their tense tone of voice made me uneasy, and my stomach twisted in anticipation of their message.
実は俺たち、会津に行くことになったんだ。
会津? Why?
先輩ももうご存知かもしれませんが、江戸城が新政府軍に明け渡されることになったんです。その状況で我々がこれ以上江戸にとどまるわけにはいきませんから。
I had overheard rumors from other passerby that Edo Castle's surrender was imminent, but I treated them as careless whispers, rumors inspired by the civil unrest growing within Edo.
先輩はこれからどうするんですか? まだ江戸にとどまりますか?
I shuddered to think that the Shinsengumi men would come under more duress as a result of the castle's surrender, but I'm going to stay in Edo just a little longer. I have to find my father.
そうですか。
気をつけろよ。新政府軍の奴ら、幕府に関わりがある人間を片っ端から取り調べてるみてえだから。
I know.
それでは我々はこれで失礼します。
Thank you for telling me. Soma and Nomura politely bowed and made the departure from my homestead.
江戸城が明け渡されたいうことは、大きな戦は避けれたちいうことか。
News of this surrender almost assuredly came as a devastating blow to the Shinsengumi, but there was solace to be taken in the fact that the transition of power hadn't been a long, gruesome affair, which would cost the lives of innocent citizens.
中岡や行動が次に向かうとしたら、会津か長岡やろにゃ。とはいえ、手がかりもないに動き回るわけにはいかんけ。しばらくはここでじっとしちゅうしかないか。
So let's see, where could this story take us? It could take us to Kofu again. It could take us to Utsunomiya. It could take us to Aizu, it could take us to Sendai. I don't think it would take us to Ezo, but it could? I don't know where we're going. Hey. Hiding my frustration was a challenge. Signs of progress were few and far between. But that was even more reason to keep a level head. A few days had passed. The abundance of free time had afforded me the chance to compile all of the loose documents. While doing so, I meticulously scanned each leaf of paper for notes related to the Furies, but I found nothing further, sinking me into a malaise. I kept in mind, however, that Father's initial research in Edo took place years ago, which softened the pain. Just as I was taking a breather, I heard the door slide. And then... Oh, Ryoma. Welcome back. Any news of Nakaoka's whereabouts? Ryoma? Ryoma entered curtly with a grave expression. Did something happen?
落ち着いて聞きや。近藤が新政府軍に投降したらしい。
When the words escaped from Ryoma's lips, my body went limp as I struggled to comprehend. Kondo-san did what? Why?
詳しい事情は俺にもわからん。けど確かな話みたいだ。今は板橋にある新政府軍の陣所におる話さ。
An imperial encampment. I became privy of the Shinsengumi's reputation among Ronin of the Imperial Nationalist Party quite early on. Imagining Kondo-san in the custody of those who held him with the utmost contempt was a frightening possibility. Kondo-san's fate in my mind seemed inevitable. But his sentence hasn't been determined yet, right? There has to be something we could do to save him.
無理や。
Why? If we do nothing, then Kondo-san will...
前に言うだろ。俺はもう死んだ人間やけ。表の歴史に関わるつもりはない。
What? Suddenly, I was gripped with terror, remembering Inoue who died during the Battle of Toba Fushimi. It was a perilous time to be a Shinsengumi leader, and Kondo-san's circumstances seemed dire. Ryoma, you of all people should know Kondo-san's no criminal. He's a great man, and allowing him to be executed is nothing is unjust.
善人やきって人から恨みを買わんわけやない。
So you think it's okay to sit idly by while Kondo-san is made out to be a war criminal?
そうは言うてないろ。助け出すが俺らの役目やないち言うただけ。 おい、どこへ行くつもりじゃ。
I'm heading to Itabashi. I don't know what I'll do, but I'd be able to recover from many minor injuries. If I find some way to cause a distraction, maybe I could buy enough time for Kondo-san to escape. During my time in Kyoto, Kondo-san showed me nothing but kindness. Leaving him to rot inside of a cell as he waited the mercy of his sentence was unthinkable. I would live to regret it. Of that I was certain.
アホなことやめ。おまんが言って何ができる言うがな。
How dare you call me rash!
鳥羽伏見の戦いの時のことを忘れたわけやないろ。あの時の羅刹どもが人種を見張ってないとも限らん。おまんが言っても犬死にするだけぜ。
I don't care. At least I won't be here doing nothing.
行くなし言うろが。
Ryoma reached for my wrist, pulling me into him to stop me from gaining distance. And then... before I knew it, I was in his arms. I attempted to wrestle myself from out of his embrace, but he was taller and far stronger than myself. No matter how hard I tried, he wouldn't budge. Please, let go of me.
離さん
Please, I'll do anything.
ダメや自由ろうが聞き分けがないにゃ
My face felt white hot from chagrin? Someone who I had considered dearly as a mentor was about to lose his life. Yet again, though, I could do nothing. All of the tender memories I held of Kondo-san came to mind, shattering me into pieces. Why? Why does Kondo-san have to die? He did nothing wrong. He was just protecting the civilians of Kyo under the shogunate's orders. I wetted Ryoma's chest from my insistent sobbing. He neither affirmed nor denied my claims. In fact, he offered no immediate response, choosing instead to hold me close before softly muttering.
我慢き好きなだけ泣きやいつまでも突き落ちるき
Ryoma cooed sweetly into my ear, comforting me as one would a child, and suddenly my desire to resist him had attenuated. By then, I grabbed a hold of his sleeves and buried my face into his chest as tears streamed.
理不尽な世の中やええやつほどさっさとあの世に行ってしまう
His words were tinged with pain. I tried to recall how many comrades Ryoma must have lost during the Ikeda Inn incident and the Hamaguri Rebellion. Hamaguri Rebellion, the incident wherein the forces of the Choshu domain fought the shogunate and the Shinsengumi near Hamaguri Gate to regain power in the government after they were expelled. Surely, he was no stranger to the bitter pang of loss.
俺が羅刹の力を使うたらもしかしたら近藤を助けることができるかもしれんけんど聞くところによると近藤は自分から新政府軍に投降したらしい俺にはいまいちわからんけんどきっと武士としてのけじめってやつながやろうにゃほんならそれに水を差すべきやないち思わんかい
The sadness wasn't leaving me anytime soon. However, something about what Ryoma had said resonated strongly inside of me. In truth, there was merit to the idea that Kondo-san intended for things to happen this way. Kondo-san did so of his own volition.
ああ
Then nothing I said or did could have changed things. Still, the deluge of tears continued. Without saying another word, I bawled once more against him, feeling his heart beat against my cheek.
少しは落ち着いたかい
I apologize for letting my emotions get the better of me.
気 気にしなや。恩人が死ぬって聞いて平気で折れるはずがないき。助け出すが無理やけんど、遠くからそっと見送るぐらいやったらできるがやないかい。
Does that mean that you'll go with me?
おまあ、俺が女を危険な場所に一人で送り出すような薄情な男に見えるかい？
No, I didn't say that. Thanks so much, Ryoma.
よし、おいたら支度しや。善は急げぜよ。